Hello again, everybody. This is emmavoid back once more with another episode of my Heaven Will Be Mine Let's Play. Last we left off, we were in Pluto's route, and, I'd done some stuff. Stuff's neat. The whole route has, a very different feel. Really, all three routes have very different feels. It's pretty interesting. Anywho. There we go. Do you ever... Sorry, let me get the voice. Do you ever miss Lunaterra? What? No. In case you've forgotten, she betrayed us and went back to Memorial Foundation. I know you want her back, because you're kind and forgiving, but I'm not, and I'll kick her butt if I ever see her again. Well, that's no different than how you two used to be. You two only fight less now. That's the part that's sad. She was always smug, always a know-it-all, and always one step ahead. The worst senior pilot. She didn't teach me shit. Breakups really do turn all your memories sour, huh? That's... Shut up! Lunaterra is the only one I feel that way about. I know. You pine after good girls way too much. I think dating bad people is good for you. If I have to go through that again, no thanks. Oops. Only thing I miss is the expression on her face after I got one up on her. Her smile, you mean? You miss it too. I do. I'm glad you can get nostalgic sometimes too. Do you miss the days of the Cold War, fighting against the existential threat too? It was scary in a different way. It was so easy I never had to think about it. Tearing through that ephemeral light that was only sort of there. It was scary because we didn't know what would happen, or what it was. But we didn't need to know any of those answers, we just got to fight forever. It was fun. Until I came along. What do you mean? If you think about it, it was me, wasn't it? Before they even finished the Kun Makula, even in just the prototype. In my first provisional mission, I wiped out the enemy in the time it took to blink. And they haven't come back since. Before, it was fun for everyone. You were strong, but it was still hard. But there was no point in sending all of you out to protect Earth when it turned out the existential threat was so weak I could destroy it with the snap of a finger. That's reversing cause and effect. They just use that as an excuse to stop caring about colonization. Even if it was never a threat to our existence, they didn't have to give up on everything. It's not your fault. Aww. That's rough. Alright. Alien Phenomena in the Pilot Program. Oh, by Iapetus. The Scout Program was created to be fungible with various other religions or philosophies in direct response to the immediate post-war need to address growing existential threats. As a stopgap measure, the Memorial Foundation has had frustrations with indefinite extensions of scouting programs internationally, and mostly universal failure to advance beyond the need for it. The model, or more specifically the Scouts, were a victim of the space program's own success at fighting the Cold War. The support for a unified approach to space in order to prevent human cultural rivalry, the Memorial Foundation had been granted an opportunity to revise the scouting program and change the reactive war of attrition into a protective one, and confront the existential threat directly. The existential threat is the alien threat. We must think of them as one and the same. What is not known to us is the alien. The alien is defined by that most familiar function, F times X equals that which is human that humans are not. A fascinating logical paradox. Of much utility in research is the thought exercise. Imagine something that humans could not imagine. Logically, you should not be able to do it. It is inherently impossible to imagine something that you have, by definition, the capabilities to imagine. And yet, this thought exercise leads us to begin defining first what is human, in other words, what is conventional, and then, by the same process, to imagine what is unconventional. In fact, this is the essence of conquering the unknown, rather than allowing it the power to rule, and to safely integrate it into culture, than for it to fester in anti-culture. but it will not produce what is truly alien to us. Solving this puzzle requires us to be a part of what humanity does not wish to be. Oof. Alright, we got a message from Mars. Fine, okay, I know I didn't get to the point, but I have to build up to it, okay? The contextualizing information is important. But okay, I will actually talk about it this time. Mechanical interface is how machines typically work. You're going to yell at me for not being clear if I don't say this, but if I say that's when you've got physical switches and buttons and steering devices and you move them with your hands, that doesn't actually really convey it. Because you do those things in your ship self, but you don't use mechanical interfacing. So it actually matters that is defined as exact mental instruction. It does exactly what you tell it. You can make anything you want to happen, but you have to give it exact instructions. There's the physical lag between yourself and the machine, but there's also the nuanced nature of giving the instructions. That's a really hard thing to do. Obviously, most people would prefer to move a machine on raw instinct, or like part of their body. I don't think many people actually get the best results from an interface like that. Unless, yes, they're like our mutual ex. Hey, is that why you wanted to know? Oh, yeah, Lunaterra is just like that. Right, well then. Rift in the Earth. Which one was this? Ah, with Lunaterra. Let's hop right in there, shall we? Recalibrating. How's the stability? Remember to keep the left side balanced. It's fine, Maz. You don't have to fuss so much. There's just no reason to take a test flight without escorts. Especially with Memorial Foundation patrolling the area. Maz, they really could be doing anything at all more useful. This ship doesn't need protection from anything, even if we're exposing the cores for testing. And you know I hate being treated like a princess. But you are important, and your ship is too. It's not fussy and annoying to be looking out. It is too annoying. I'll be annoyed by whatever I want. Stop being jealous. I'm not looking for an excuse to bump into Luna T. I never said that. Listen to Dr. Nix for once, even if you won't listen to me. Look, I'm not escorting you. You win, okay, but please, just be careful. I know you think I treat you like glass, but I really... What's so funny? Why are you laughing? Sorry. It's just hard for me to stay mad when you're such a dork. And you care so much. Even if you're non-apologizing and still want so bad to be a knight in shining armor. You're the only one I can still be such a petulant kid in front of. Instead of the princess everyone loves. Pluto. Wait, you're just being a brat for fun? Ugh, I'm mad now. Everyone else gets to be, especially you. Stop making fun of me. Remember when, in the academy, when people asked you where I was, they'd say, "Hey Maz, where's your..." Okay, yes, launch permissions cleared. You are cleared for takeoff. Alright. Fight until we forgive each other. The balance shifts because Lunaterra hesitated, and Pluto did too. Pluto passed over the Ares Canyons once, twice, 3, 4, 5 times. Lunaterra had a chance to make the first move, but Pluto couldn't keep pretending she didn't notice her lying in wait. It wasn't that Lunaterra was ready to take the shot, it's that she still hadn't decided to take it or not. Pluto has been waiting for her to grow up for a long time. She's tired of being the one waiting. There's no time for elegant duels or anticlimactic sniping. When Krun Makula crashes into the canyon, it's the worst kind of fight. Krun Makula's fingers will no longer open or close, but she swipes with the useless limb anyway. The ring finger of Pluto's ship self twists off, breaking with the force of backhanding Mare Crisium into the canyon wall. Witch scrambles to its feet and then falls down immediately. Lunaterra's balance gyros must be broken, but that's not so bad. At least she still has 2 legs, unlike the Chronmacula. Luna T, you really are the most stubborn woman I know. I'm proud of you, but that you're only this tenacious when I'm finally being serious is a little vexing, you know. I mean, I've kept going this long. It has to count for something, right? I don't want to wreck you, I just really need you to win or lose. Could you do that, please? Both of those are hard to do. Then you've got 5 minutes to grow up. Pluto's reach is longer than expected. Little tricks of gravity. It might not be enough. The Merecrisium was made to not be caught. More precisely, Lunaterra made the Merecrisium something that couldn't be caught. No, don't you dare! Her fingers refuse to close, and Merecrisium slips away. Sorry I'm such a cockroach. Don't be. Slipping away is so like you. I don't know what else I expect. Luna T, I really can't let you get away. Not without an answer. I'm not going to do that. What are you trying to do then? We promised we'd fight until one of us won. And then we'd go along with whatever the other decided. So why are you trying to take that away from me? Lunaterra holds Chronmacula's severed left tidal reactor. Pluto can go without it, but not for long. It's what makes the Chronmacula so impossible, and without it, she can't be impossible for very long. That core is everything I have. But the rest of me isn't going to last long without it, so it might as well be everything. If I don't have that, I can't follow you, win or lose. I really don't think it's good for you. The Chronmacula makes a leap and crashes into the ground, just short of the Merecrisium. It's just close enough Lunaterra nearly forgets to take the opportunity to get a shot in Chronmacula's chest before she can recover to block it. You're going to lecture me about doing what's healthy? You've got a lot of nerve. It's not cute. If we had to fight each other like this, I really wish it didn't have to be with you in that thing. You don't like it, huh? You've always been like this. You're trying to tell me what's good for me. You don't want to admit this is really me. Luna T, I would listen to you if you would ever listen to me once ever. I told you, I haven't gotten any better in the time we've been apart. I don't want you to not be strong or beautiful or amazing. I just don't want you to be holding this weight of Cradle's graces, everyone's hopes and dreams, all by yourself. So please, just rest for now. Don't tell me that. I hate this, hate this, hate this. You never listen and you know I'll always let you win in the end. But not this time. I don't know what you mean. I've been really patient. So if you keep playing dumb, you're gonna make me mad. I said I don't know what you mean. I don't want anything else. I'm a cockroach. I don't need anything myself. Liar. Are you trying to make me mad? Be satisfied with it. I don't have any other answer. If I had one, I'd give it, so drop it. I'm not satisfied. No. You grow up and you be the adult for once. Get back here. Chronmacula's feet are still broken, but Pluto moves her with gravity alone. Merecrisium's engines flare. Navi is broken, everything is broken, but it will move. No, not this time! Chronmacula's twin tidal reactors are falling apart with one of them nearly torn out, yet she still moves. The pressure of the unrestricted gravity peels the paint off Merecrisium. Her steels and plastics are chattering, her remaining useless arm snaps, and her engine wings creak. That pressure is not enough to bring her down, but it's enough for her to falter, and Chronmacula grabs her foot and slams her to the ground. Merecrisium creaks and strains, trying to flee, so Pluto pulls the rest of herself on top of her. Pluto, I'm serious. You're not the only one. I have things I'm willing to be hard and cruel for now, too. Mare Christium fires a sidearm. It doesn't dent Pluto. Pluto opens her hand. The fingers don't work, but the plasma still does, which flays Lunaterra's chassis, but gently. I'm really serious this time. I can't stop for a second, so I really need it back. It's already been too long, so give me back that part of me. Mare Christium opens her left hand. Pluto's missing reactor is still beating wildly. Sorry to be like this, but this ship's self and what it can do are more important than me, than anything else about me. Nothing is more important than you. A gentle click. Lunaterra's sidearm, pointed at the stolen reactor, fires. The solid light slug misses, just barely. There's a second shot, but it's buried in Pluto's blocking hand, and there's a third shot, but Pluto's ripped off the arm of Mare Christium, so it's just the last reflex of a limb separated from its owner. But that's all that the broken arm of Krunmakula can take. Its fingers make a last twitch before her arm finally snaps under its own weight, and the Krunmakula falls to what's left of its knees. How long are you going to make me put up with this? What do you mean? You don't want to fight with me. Not a fight for real. Your heart isn't in it, so let's not. No. No, no, no. That's the only thing I want. Why are you like this? Acting you know like you know what I want better than I do. So what if you're right? Of course I don't want to fight you. Damn it, I hate you. After all that, I'm the one who's crying at the end again. The last time it was like this, I was the one crying too. Now I'm powerful like you, have something I'm fighting for like you, that's not you, or anyone but me. So let me fight for that. Stop protecting me, stop making me fight for you. It's so easy to fight for you. If I'm not careful, it's all I'll ever want to do. I'm sorry. I don't want a sorry. You must think it's so easy to not care about you, but it's not. It's easy for you to not care about you, but it's the hardest thing for me. I'm still the one who ended up crying, again. You wouldn't listen back then either. Mare Christium rises, gently brushes away the burnt portions of Krunmakula's armor. The joints are already starting to heal as gravity pulls them back, almost just as new, but a little changed. I know you. Don't distract yourself, dummy. Reattaching arms is hard, so do mine right at least. It was the same last time, too. I said you deserve better. I said, but you are better. I just ignored it because I'm stupid. Not because I'm cool. Thank God. Everything is worth it. If you finally don't think you're cool anymore... that was neat. It's a colony environment with the life, gravity, and culture necessary for human beings to live, thrive, die, and be born, with the hope that peace on Earth would reign if we won this war in heaven. It was doomed from the start. Of course they were jealous of the humans the Earth no longer wanted, flying on zero-G wings. No longer confined to Earth, a growing native sphere where our gravity reigns forever. We really foolishly decided we could do better. And the existential threat is intrinsic to humanity. You can fight it, but you cannot cut it out. Designation of alien is required by humans. That's when they blew up the Lagrange colony. Through gravity, humans decide what is real and what is not. Humans cannot make whatever they imagine come true. But before they blew it up, we got very close. We've done everything we can for Ares, the planet that would be Mars. We won't return before too long. Wait for us, while we fight to keep you safe forever. Report received. Awaiting new directives. At this time of year, we'll have to pass by the Lagrange colony on the way to the moon. It's a nostalgic place, isn't it? Let's not allow anyone to take it away from us. Let's protect the memories it holds from Memorial Foundation. And take it with us to the new world we will create before celestial mechanics turns it into something ugly. Send the message to everyone. I'll take care of the past. So you can seize the future. Ready for launch. Oof. About halfway through the arc. You know, I was kind of thinking that, like, we might be able to finish this act today, but now that I think about it, I'm not so sure. I don't know. Pluto, you ever think we're being too cavalier about this whole war? But it's not a war. I think a whole bunch of people fighting each other is definitely a war. I don't care if the medium of ship self is rhetorically distinct from war, that's just a technicality. A bunch of people fighting is a war. It's a war, and war is bad. You're sort of the last person I expected to say something about it, though. Why? Because you love it. It's work. You still love it. Well, it's exciting. You really love excitement. But it's scary, too. Why? You can't die. Only lose and try again. That's why it's not a war, just a noisy argument. But I'm mad like it's a war. I hate the other side like it's a war. If it's only not a war because ship cells aren't designed with a way to kill each other, that's too fragile a reason. I don't want to hurt anyone, but I don't want to go back to Earth. I'm not going to let them make us. If I keep feeling this way, one day I might do something terrible for it. So I can't say I love it when it's more complicated than that. You're right, it really is complicated. I was kind of hoping you'd have uncomplicated feelings about it, though. Why? Because I love it, and I don't feel complicated about it at all. What? You're kidding. You always lecture us about how fighting is bad and letting negative feelings go and how we're going to have peace one day. Of course I feel that way. But it's so thrilling. I was too precious to send out during the Cold War. They never let me fight like all of you. And I'm good at it too. Better at it than what I came here to do. Than a lot of the actual pilots. I'm proud of that, but it's also just thrilling. It's dangerous. Maybe you can't die, but there's a lot that can happen to you that's painful and hard. How do you stay scared enough to still feel like that? I wonder if it's just because it feels so new, or if there's something really wrong with me. I guess that's why you didn't want me fighting, isn't it? It's complicated. I don't want you to get hurt learning that. You know, Mars, this is why you're so bad at love. You won't let people you love get complicated. It's not that you're not incredible, it isn't that you don't deserve to have fun. But what if something terrible happens anyway? Indeed. Alright, Nyx of Cradle's Graces. Even as enemies, you are as hard to understand as ever, Iapetus. Maybe one day I'll be wise enough to know why you're always laughing, always smiling. If that's what you've been making on Kronos' moon, we over here don't even look half bad. I can't imagine why you'd tell me the truth. Does it really not matter to you if you're found out? Are you that confident that you don't mind bragging while you dangle this offer in front of me? Krun Makula's development is stalled, so we're desperate enough to accept your favor. Or maybe you aren't as far ahead as you're letting on. What if I just told Europa what you were up to? Just as a courtesy, of course, since there's no way she doesn't already know already. You know that the Krun Makula still hasn't been completed, but you must be desperate too if you're reaching out to us. It just goes to show, Iapetus, Nothing will come of resisting Earth. I'm just doing this because I'm hopeless. What's your excuse? Thinking you can double-cross the universe? See if you can trick Europa first. Oh, the version impulse. I definitely want more info on that. Metal Culture and Gravitational Research Chair Dr. Nix. We talk always of the beauty of gravity, but rarely of its cruelty. A force that binds us and overwhelms humans. The power brings us together, but it does not do so with kindness. Culture is power and hierarchy and force. It can crush us and tear us to pieces. It is not a unilateral force. On the contrary, gravity's structures are deliberate and intricate. Not everyone shoulders a light burden. Not everyone is able to wield the natural powers of humans with so little weight. Through gravity, humanity is ruled by its own laws, but this is not the case. Through gravity, humans are ruled by each other. Antimatter, anti-gravity, anti-culture all exists as a resistive force to this gravity. The refusal of humanity to accept these parts of itself cause its own undoing. When we let our children develop in the lightness of space, they chose their bodies, genders, souls, hearts of their own volition. They became human in the ways they wished to be human. The gravitational forces are unendurable to those in space. We can feel the possibilities closing off. Infinity has to become something finite eventually. That's the curse of time, foremost of the 8 billion curses the universe arrayed against humanity, the last before death. Conquering them, in order, is Memorial Foundation's legacy and belief. Every curse overcome, and nothing lost. You have to weigh the calculation, but the end result is a diminished humanity. They're not good at making hard choices. It's hard when you understand what you have to lose, so much better than you understand what you have to gain. And so, when it comes down to it, that's why we lose, every single time. Only in space can we possibly be free. Oof. Alright. So, we're at the Lagrange colony. Becoming stars. Cradles clings to Lagrange, quite literally. Pluto's dream might collapse under its own weight or crush Saturn under it. Look at me. Cold War is long over and the existential threat is gone, but its memories will still stir here at the observatory. Will be put to rest here or buried forever. I was saying I want more info on the existential threat. Okay, let's go for that one. You're sure you don't want me to come? Yep. All the little hearts. Not even a little, though? Maz, you're actually so sweet, you know that? No one is a more perfect hero. But I need to go alone. If the lens can be opened fully, I'm the only one who can do it. If it can't, I'm the only one who can survive it. If we can still justify living in space, this is the only way. Even if that doesn't change how Earth feels about us now, it might help make peace in the future. Even if it doesn't, if I can't do this, I'll never be able to open the gravity well on the moon. I know. Lunaterra is going there to stop you, though. I know she will. I was there too, you know. It's my past and my history, too. I've got a score to settle. Are you feeling left out? No. I mean, sort of, but it's just because... Stop. No, I'm sorry. You're the brightest, most shining. You're making fun of me again. But I'm also praising you. You're honest, and you never fight against what you feel. That's the world we want to be real. I want you to be safe, so you can keep being that for us. What about her, then? She's a jerk. We've tried so hard for her, and she doesn't care. I'll make sure she's safe. Stop worrying. I'm not worried about her at all. Why is she such an idiot? Why do we keep trying for her sake? I'd go through that much for you. You'd go through it for me. I know. But why do you do so much for her when she's like that? Stubborn and ridiculous. Because we're just like that, too. Alright. The outcome is the sort of fight you don't need a robot for. The observatory's lens, a single eye staring into space, threatening to blink. From the Academy Gardens, every pilot remembers watching the observatory twitch as it focused on some light years away points, searching. A reminder of the battle for Earth they were eternally preparing for, not unsettling, but always foreboding. As Zero pointed at nowhere. Neither Lunaterra nor Pluto remembers who called it that. Now, in the trembling of the colony's collapsing gravity well, this deck of the wrecked colony where Lunaterra and Pluto meet seems like a moment frozen in time, eternally receding, growing always distant yet never fading. I knew I'd find you here. I knew it would feel like this. But I'm still here. I have orders. I know, dummy. They tell me everything too. You wouldn't have come if you weren't ordered. I don't know why everyone is expecting I'll be bitter about coming back. I'm not. There's good and bad memories. That's fine. That's fair. I'm older now, and it's that much sweeter thinking about the past from here. It's there, and I'm here. I wouldn't go back. Would you? I like being an adult. I don't mind being the aging ace. I don't need to be a glittering hero. We fought so hard against the existential threat during the Cold War. Whatever they were, trick of the light or not, we did good fighting them. We tried our best. That's the practice kids need. Now we're grown up and we can see our own futures and mess them up if we want. I'm way happier to fight now. Fighting has a different meaning now. No matter how bad I am at being alive, I like it now. Oh gosh. Oh, Lunaterra. That is a hell of a mood right there. Wow. You're really grown up now. I kinda hate it. I miss pushing you around when you'd go along with me. Me too. You still have a hard time making a decision that's good for you all by yourself, though. That's why I asked for orders to come here. Aha, that's so roundabout. I can't tell if that's a step forward or back. I think it would be worse if anyone else shut the observation gate, so I thought it really would have to be me. A zero pointed nowhere. Do you remember who said that? It's better than the actual name. I don't remember who said it, but I always think of it. I don't remember either. Do we have to do this? You're the one who's here to do it. It could be really easy. You're the one forcing my hand. Closing it is just a formality. It already is broken, and it never worked in the first place. Then why were you ordered to do it? The fact that you're here means I have to be here. They want any possibility closed, every possibility closed. That's not harmony. These futures should get to live, even if they never come to pass. If trying to make worlds in space is naive, cutting the native sphere off from the universe is just as naive. It's so pathetic and sad. It's even more pointless and sad than human beings fighting each other for no reason. I can't bear it. I won't let it happen. I changed my mind. Let's fight. I'd rather fight than keep talking like this. We're fighting now. This is the sort of the fight ship cells were made for. Say something. I can't. I have nothing. Let's fight like we're supposed to. I won't. Don't make me talk. Don't make me fight with you. Don't make me kill your dream. Stop having this dream. Give up on space like the rest of the human race has. Let me close the iris of the observatory. It's because I wanted so much to see what that eye was supposed to see that I can't let you keep looking. That I can't keep looking. That I don't want us to be tortured by that possibility anymore. That we can't lose you. I can feel how scared you are, and how brave, and how much you love. But I'm so mad at you. Why can't you believe like you did before? They brought us up with good intentions. and did everything they could. They really did. They really thought we could be better than who we were, the best kind of human beings there could be. They worked us very hard, but they fought for us to be exactly what we wanted to be, because that was human too. Even when it was hard or didn't make sense, they found a way. Even the awful ones really believed. One humanity, every story threaded together, no one left behind. It would be really possible to fix the universe and let humans live forever in space. Childish dreams that everyone wishes could be true. All without understanding such simple things. I wonder how they expected they could unite humanity against aliens when they found us so alien. We'll always be our own existential threat. Every human understood that but them. No wonder Earth rejected us. The observation deck sees nothing, because the threat is on the other side. We are each other's alien. It was flawed, and it wasn't real, but they weren't that stupid. You know they weren't. The whole point was that it wasn't real yet, and it could be. That's what they wanted to do. They wanted to make it real. And now they don't anymore. Do you? I mean, really, do you want to go home too? Why can't you just say yes? I wouldn't mind if you actually wanted it. I'd go with you if you wanted it. But I'm not coming with you if you don't. I'll still fight. Thank you. I'm hoping that you win, but if you can't, I will promise this. I won't bring us back to Earth empty-handed. I'll do that if I die. The iris shifts. It still moves somehow, attuned to possibility. Mare Chrissy was looking fit to kill if it wasn't trembling. This colony is a place of unsteady gravity. You're not on sure footing here. I'm back to being helpless again, like I used to be. You can stop me any time. Prove you're ready to close this eye. I can't. I don't accept it, but that doesn't mean I won't do it. I don't care if you'll love me one way or the other, it's too much. Space is broken, but I don't want to leave. Earth is terrifying, but I can't go back there alone. I have no loyalty either way. I'm not strong like you. I just go where gravity takes me. You can hold everyone, but what do I do if I lose you? Your heart is full of everyone, but I can't watch you fight for the universe knowing how little you're thinking of yourself in it. Of course I don't know what to do, when fighting for you and fighting your dream are such different things. There's too much to do. Of course I don't know what to do. I don't know what you want me to do. Luna. God, I can't remember the last time you cried. Oh no, I can. It was when you said you hated it here in space, and I told you should go back, and I'll come with you. Those were such hard days, and you didn't want to keep fighting. But when I said that, you started crying and crying, and I couldn't understand why. It seemed so simple a solution, and everything you wanted, and I got so mad. Then you told me that you didn't want to leave if it meant me giving anything up. You didn't want to give anyone else up either. I wasn't expecting it at all. I'm so used to knowing what's on your mind, what's on everyone's mind. I didn't think you could keep something so locked away and hidden. No matter how far my tides can reach, there's some places I can't ever know until you tell me. It was the first time I felt frustrated by that. I'm almost angry at you when I can't do what you want, but I guess that's how you feel about me. And how I feel about you. Oh, baby, you're crying again. I can't let you win, but we'll be together until the end, and after. Aww. Hey, Pluto, can I ask you something? Clear up your sector first, and then we can talk. Already did. Really? Are you being honest with me? There's a few stragglers left, but they don't count. Wow! I'm actually impressed. Whatever. Driving back the ships was simple. They were totally easy. Oh, well then I'm not impressed anymore. Hey, why? You just said it was no big deal. It would just be patronizing if I was proud of you for doing something easy. You were impressed just a second ago. Empty praise is bad for you. Aw, don't sulk. I'm not sulking. It's hard to impress you. That's not true. You impress me a lot. When have I ever? You impressed me by the way you tried way too hard to support girls like me when we were awkward, weird, annoying, and had no idea what we were. Ugh, that's an embarrassing way to put it. And you weren't those things. I was, and that's why I love you. It's cute when you're overprotective. Oh, speaking of, you impressed me by the way you make girls mad at you. How's that a compliment? They wouldn't get so mad if you didn't make them care. You're so mean. I'm not joking. I mean, what I admire is the way you make it up after your mess up. You mess up a lot, but you say sorry a lot, and you mean it. After, you're different. Not everyone is like that. When you don't change, you still make them feel worth it. It still feels not great. You fight a lot, but it's never a war. You never scorch earth, and you always say you're sorry in the end. Not everyone can fight like that. You wanted to ask if we were too cavalier about the war the other day, but you really are the only one who keeps it so unserious. You're so serious about not making it serious. Heck of a conversation. Mars Resignation Attempt, Memorial Foundation Cold War Archives. Mars, we present this to you as a token of your hard work for Memorial Foundation existential safety. Your tireless work for Earth is recognized. The war is ending soon. Do I have to do another tour? The war is ending soon, with your help. Don't you want to see it through? We could not have done this without you. You can end it fine without me. Your help would prevent us from having to worry. You would guide many more of your former comrades back home. How much longer? That's the part you're always cagey about. You don't need me, do you? Of course we need you. That's not what I want to hear. But what do you want to hear? We are, as always, prepared to reward you. But you've never been satisfied. Is that what you want to say? What would you like? I just want to go home. If you truly did, you would not have been there in the first place. I already know what you want. As soon as you know too, we're ready to give it to you. Huh. Interesting. Dr. Nix's assessment, Field Commander Europa. Dr. Nix was always a controversial figure. Her theories were attractive, but there had always been complaints that they had little basis in reality. Yet, by virtue of challenging the nature of reality, her theories had a way of putting it that made you feel as if you were the compromised one, you the one unable to see things objectively. Given that the nature of the universe is verifiably one that is defined by humans, it's easy to give these particular theories credence. Memorial Foundation, in particular, as the most successful post-war NGO in dealing with existential threats cross-culturally and internationally, was obviously attracted to a possible proactive approach in the Cold War rather than a reactive one. Humans who are not yet human enough. An extremely arresting slogan. Truly, who is human enough? Especially that humans already know everything that is necessary to be human. We simply have failed to accurately and completely internalize it. Outside of gravity, we will achieve true humanity. Rather than advocating a revolution of humanity through technology or biology, Dr. Nix believed that we simply had not created a culture sufficient for the full potential of humanity. In her view, humanity are perfect neurons in a jumbled circuit. By arranging correct human knowledge in the proper order, we could bypass the flaws in our universe. Her insistence on incorporation rather than rejection of existentially threatening elements was the fundamental cause of her failure to attract mainstream acceptance of her theories. Dr. Nix decried the narrow-minded individuals who let petty prejudice narrow their conception of what could or should count as human. While in her view, humanity should encompass all that is and all that is not, others believed that the fundamental division was crucial to the definition of humanity. That is, to be something means to not be other things. Oof. Alright, one more. No, I'm not gonna. Pluto, come on, listen. Don't think I don't see you trying to protect me. It's for your own good. I utterly refuse. Dr. Nix is worried, and for good reason. Only I have a strong enough gravity well to pull the colony ruins out of Lagrange Point and pull it along with us to the moon, so I don't even know why we're having this conversation. The tidal forces would tear you apart, and you'd just get in the way, and I want to have fun. It would be hard enough on your own, but Celestial Mechanics wants it too, and not to rebuild it or use it to reseed Ares when we win. They'll finish what they started and turn it inside out into something horrible, and they'll send that annoying hijacker to do it. I'm not letting you do that alone. You never let me do anything fun. It's not fun. This is serious. Then why are you always having so much fun, That's not the case whatsoever. I'm doing what needs to be done. Does doing what needs to be done refer to your mission assignment, so that girl that you keep... The mission, I promise. I want to do something that needs to be done. You're very strong and very brave, but it's not a time I can just sit around and be protected. We're too desperate now. We need hope too. Pluto, but you can't do everything. Alright. Ooh, battling narrative space for each other. I do like the narrative space stuff. Let's go for it. Saturn rushes in, because Pluto is ready for this kind of fight. This is not what I was expecting. Like, you're kidding, right? No, Pluto isn't joking. The farthest thing, the swirl of cosmic nebula dust that completely obscures the colony in Pluto's warm embrace, is no punchline. Only insofar as it is true that Pluto is so strong it's funny. The colony no longer resembles Earth. Now it's a gas giant, or maybe a star waiting to be born. Whatever the case, even though it's certainly much too late to do anything about it, there's an invitation from inside. Just come try. You must think I'm really dumb. Or you must have a lot of faith in me, in which case you're really dumb. It could be Saturn's perfect opportunity if she plays her cards right. Pluto's putting everything she has and more into just attempting to move the colony. If Saturn can find her, she'll be helpless. And how am I supposed to do that with you filling up the whole universe? Your story is everywhere, pulling at everything. How am I supposed to compete with gravity so strong even the narrative of space-time is bending? Oh, hi there, Saturn. Are you just passing through? Hi. Fancy meeting you here. How did you know it was me? Weird to find you in the middle of an inconceivable cosmic cloud only you could create. I know, what a coincidence. I've sort of been ordered to fire on anyone in it, though. I think this might make things awkward if you try to get closer. You could at least pretend to be a little afraid of me. I am, just a little. But even if I should be, I'm glad to see you. I hope that's not a lie. On either part. No, it isn't. I know you're dangerous and very special, and you wouldn't be here if you couldn't stop me. Even if you're not quite ready for how hard that will be. I'm very impressed that you didn't decide to sneak up on me while I was thinking, though. It would have been a good chance. Oh, are you maybe having second thoughts? I was hoping I could convince you to destroy this place with me. You're impossible. It's adorable. You're incorrigible. I like it a lot, actually. I even envy it a little. Oh. Thank you. I was just being difficult. Which is very charming of me. But I was half serious, too. Nope, never. I was almost tempted, though. I don't know what your memories of this place are like. The bad and good, right? Always a little worse than better? It's the same for me, but this place is still precious to me. It was a seed of life once, and maybe it can bloom again. So I'm going to protect it. Oh, that reminds me. What are you here for? Do you mind if I ask a personal question? What are you trying to do with it? I'm going to not destroy it. Oh, phew. That's what I was worried about. I really know when I'm beat, so I'll just be... Hey, stop right there! What? I was just trying to banter. You tried to shoot me. That's dangerous. I didn't. You were thinking about it. Of course. Well, she was. More like Saturn was trying to get a bead on Pluto. The string of pearls as tides ripple through Pluto's nebula cloud, hoping there's something it can find eventually. It's not like Pluto's hiding, she's just everywhere, and it's hard to tell where she ends or begins. Aren't you thinking about shooting me too? You're the one with the advantage on visibility. I'm just sitting here and I can't find you in that cloud. Oh, you're totally right. Dear super weapon of Cradle's Graces, are you actually a little naive? I gave you the benefit of the doubt. Was that wrong? Obviously. Sorry, I've never learned to be on my guard. There's no need to be when I can tell what people are thinking and nothing can touch me. If it really actually worked like that, you'd absolutely never trust anyone ever. No, I trust everyone. I can always trust people to do what they always do. Do you think you can trust someone to surprise you? Can you trust them to do something you wouldn't even think of? It's when they surprise me that I'm the happiest of all. That's when I really feel we're not doomed, set in stone, always making the same mistakes. I'm being stupid and following my heart, just like you. You're going to have to do better than shoot at me if you want to surprise me. There are other ways to fight. You're better at that than me. I think you can surprise me. Is that what you want? On Earth, our souls are weighed down by gravity. At the same time, gravity holds us together, tells us who we are, good things and bad. Earth's gravity is strong because it's all of us together. Forces that would be insignificant on their own are powerful enough to make a planet when we hold it together. That's why we are much stronger on Earth. Even the weakest human has that sacred light of the soul and its many powers. To forbid direct contact with the soul, to wield the arts and sciences in shaping existence, to be many and also one. In space, our gravity is weak. Without the constant pressure of tidal reactors, our souls would dissolve, the way that water at high enough altitudes will evaporate off a pilot's tongue, without atmospheric pressure to remind it to be water. Stories bleed into each other easily, and our ships don't hold steady. The fragility of our ships couldn't survive a moment on Earth. In space, there are things we could never do on Earth. With our heaviness, we could never be so tender. Okay, I get it. Let's pick up from earlier, but fight in the way only pilots can fight. And the way only us close to the edge of being human can fight. That isn't fighting at all. Do you feel the same way, Pluto? You are listening, right? I was going to tell you I don't have time to play today, but it sounds like you know I still want to anyway. That's going to make it harder to convince you to leave me alone and let me do this. You are here to play, right? No convincing me. I can pick up on the subtext. Blame it on the wicked Celestial Mechanics pilot who bothered you and didn't let you get any work done. The thing is, it's fun. More fun than hacking. To bleed, corrode, seep into the mist. Saturn can feel every particle, and the celestial physics that make them move. It's a swelling orchestration. Pluto is conducting something beautiful, something overwhelming, and the equations are hints and patterns to how Pluto thinks, to where she might be. It's simple to trace back, easier than hacking too. Space is boring. Space is empty. Space is broken. Space will never give us everything we want. Space is a hope that what we want to make real might already be out there. Just reach out in space and time and we can almost touch it. Space is just a means to an end, but for a moment, Saturn is overwhelmed with how beautiful even the boring, dead, empty space can be. Even just the way that dust moves around. That's when Saturn realizes she is lost. She went in to tear open the story, twisted around, and instead she got so lost and happy in it, she didn't even notice the clouds swirling around her, the cosmic dust covering her, Pluto holding her tenderly. Pulled into the atmosphere of the colony, they orbit gently. Saturn has no reason to fight. It doesn't even feel like she lost. It feels like she won something special. Okay, Saturn. Open your cockpit. Why? Because I trust you. Do you trust me? I do. The same way you trust me. No, I trust you way dumber than you trust me. You're so amazing, and so much more amazing because you believe in something like being human. You pour your everything into something that won't pay off. That makes me mad, but then sometimes I think it might work. Saturn's cockpit opens. Naked guts, exposed circuits. Funmakula's thumb presses against Saturn in the distended cockpit, exploring. Oh no. You're really hooked in good there. Why would you ever do such a thing to yourself? You don't have to answer, I understand. Your cheek feels human and soft. Oh wow. Suddenly I don't feel like moving the colony much. Maybe not destroyed any more than it was before will be good enough. Oh, why am I doing this? I need to get back to my post. But you look so nice like this. I want to get closer. Is that okay? No, I guess I shouldn't. Wow, that's so... What a brazen move. Okay. Maybe you really win this time. Oof! Oh my goodness. Oh. That was good. Earth's answer is a single atomic particle fired at near light speed directly into the cockpit core. A true weapon from a military force. All I want is to stitch these two humanities together. They don't name it because naming it gives it power, but not naming it gives it more.